All right. Welcome back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Just got to reflect on what we talked about real quick. We talked about our WWE SmackDown preview. We also talked about our Thursday Night Wrestling review. And we're going to jump into AEW's Double or Nothing. So it's going to be a great pay-per-view. Double or Nothing is the first. But just kind of before we move forward, I want to remind you guys to tip and donate. Give me your chats. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Use the tips and donations link at the GSMC podcast.net with your questions. So don't be too shy. Go ahead and, tell me how you guys feel. Tell me what you guys want to, kind of see and hear in terms of a wrestling podcast. Cause, yeah. So let's go ahead and get this started. First, we're going to talk about the AEW International Championship match between Roderick Strong and Will Ospreay. Like I said on my last podcast, Will Ospreay's impressive. Definitely one of the biggest wrestlers. I love that he's on AEW, and I know WWE had a shot to get him, but I feel like he's right where he needs to be. Right now, he's kind of at that spot where the AEW they need viewership, they need ratings increase, which they are. So that's I feel like they're doing a great job with that. Keep Will Ospreay in the ring, keep him in good promos. So honestly, you do have the Undisputed Kingdom backing Roderick Strong. You saw on Dynamite how Wardlow just absolutely took out Will Ospreay. This is going to be a tough fight. This is going to be a huge battle, but ultimately, I want to say the underdog, but then Will Ospreay isn't really the underdog. I feel like he's the overdog. He's the favorite. But since Roderick Strong has a bunch of his goons that will back him, I feel like he's the underdog. So honestly, this is a tough prediction, but I'm going to go ahead and say that Will Ospreay becomes the new AEW International Champion. It's over, Roderick. Your time has come, bro. So Roderick Strong loses his AEW International Championship Sunday against Will Ospreay. All right, next we have the timeless Toni Storm against Serena Deeb. This match, gotta throw respect on Serena Deeb because timeless Toni Storm, she's on a roll right now. She's absolutely dominant. She's portrayed as kind of like a back heel, but she's could be a baby face too. She's definitely she's in that rare breed where she could be kind of visualized, that anybody, kind of wants to think like, hey, do you like Toni Storm? Yeah. Do you like Toni Storm? Nah, not really. Like, it doesn't really matter. She's going to achieve success, wherever, the perspectives of the wrestling fans go. So, love Serena Deeb. I loved her promo on, Dynamite. It was kind of cool. She, threw the high heel in her face. It's going to be interesting. We do have Rampage on tonight as well. Sorry, I didn't, let you guys know that as well. So there could be more promoting for, their storyline and stuff like that for it to ultimately end at Double or Nothing. But I'm going to go ahead and say my prediction is I feel like Toni Storm's going to win. She continues her momentum with the title. So yeah, definitely excited to see that. Next, we have Adam Copeland and Malakai Black for the TNT AEW Championship in a barbed wire steel cage match. I've never seen a barbed wire steel cage match except for maybe in CZW or ECW. So I can't wait to see it. Malakai Black is absolutely heartless. He's ferocious. And then you have Adam Copeland, who's genuinely, kind of balanced. But if you push him over to the edge, you can see how sick and crazy this bastard could possibly be. So I want to see Adam Copeland kind of tap into that, that old brood, that old brutality. So I think Adam Copeland retains the TNT championship against, House of Black's leader, Malakai Black. So, love Adam Copeland. Definitely love that. Even at his age, he's still able to put on some good promos and great matches. All right, so we have the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match between Konosuke Takeshita against Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley helped out Matt Sydal on AEW Dynamite. Like I said before, we do have Rampage and Collision. Rampage tonight, Collision tomorrow. So there could be a lot more different promos. It could be because right now it seems like Jon Moxley has, Konosuke kind of on the ropes here. Kind of, he kind of get the best of him. He kind of has the momentum on his side, the wild thing. I think the best wrestler is going to come out the victor, and I think Jon Moxley is going to retain this championship. It's going to be a great fight. I would probably place it probably like around 15 minutes and stuff or something like that. Jon Moxley is going to end up winning. You'll probably see Don Callis try to find a way to kind of screw over John, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Ultimately, you're going to see Moxley retain here. So, love that. All right, and now we have the Bastard Pack and Death Triangle reuniting on AEW Dynamite, and they're gonna fight the Bang Bang Gang. They're the unified trios champion. Switchblade Jay White is absolutely on fire right now, and I honestly I loved how they came back with the Pack. I thought that was pretty badass, but got to be kind of real with it. I feel like the Bang Bang Gang is going to retain their trios unified championships at Double or Nothing. So that was my, opinion on that. So next we have Orange Cassidy against Trent Beretta, former best friends. Obviously, you don't see Chuck Taylor. His in-ring, career has been, ended by Trent Beretta. Total heel, total jerk. So I think freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy will pick up the victory against his former best friend. It's about time. It's about time. Trent Beretta, he's been running absolutely rampant. Can't have that. Nope, can't have that no more. Orange Cassidy needs to do whatever he has to do to win this match because there's a lot of people backing him. You have the AEW universe. You probably have Chuck Taylor, clapping his hands, hoping for Orange Cassidy to kind of put it together and win. So I think Orange Cassidy is going to take down Beretta, and he's gonna take down his former best friend. So good for him. So we have a triple threat match for the FTW Championship. You have the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, Fighting Hook, fighting Katsuyori Shibata. I think this is going to be a great match. Like my philosophy on wrestling is I feel like having a triple threat match kind of gives the champion, usually the heel, kind of like a way out. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of like a way to kind of, slither and shimmy his way out of the match with like kind of being unscathed. Essentially, this is Hook's rematch. So after this, if the handsome devil Hook does not find a way to beat down the Learning Tree and his protege Katsuyori Shibata, it could be bad. He's gonna have to start all the way on the bottom. But of course, you can bet your ass that Big Bill, that big tall oak tree that the Learning Tree has on his side is going to help. So I definitely think Chris Jericho will retain, the championship at Double or Nothing. He's still AEW FTW champion Chris Jericho. All right, next we have probably one of the biggest matches on the card. Willow Nightingale against Mercedes Mone. Mercedes Mone's first match ever since she made her debut at Big Business. And it's, oh God, this is so, I don't want Willow to lose. I feel like right now she's just the perfect champion. She's the perfect TBS champion against Mercedes Mone. Mercedes Mone has been cutting the same promo over and over and over again. Oh God, this is probably going to be one of the biggest matches that I'm going to pay attention to. Like I said, I ever since Jim Ross was kind of told that he wasn't going to be at announcing there because he was admitted to the hospital. Hope he's doing good. Obviously, his help is of top priority. Um, so I think I still might rent it. It is $59.99 on Bleacher Report on pay-per-view. So you know what? I would, but then again, I might jinx it and then Willow might lose and I'll be like cursing myself in the mirror, be like, you did this, wiping my tears away. I'm like, what? It's like, no, I'm just kidding. But for real though. No. But I don't want Mercedes Moné to win. I love Mercedes Moné. It's cool. She's cool and all. But right now I feel like it's Willow's time. I feel like it's time for Willow, to kind of, obviously you brought Mercedes Moné in totally, she's a star. She's a total superstar. She's absolutely blown up in the wrestling district, also in the entertainment. But oh god, this is gonna honestly, I don't really know how this match is gonna go. Hoping Willow wins, but if Mercedes Monet wins, I wouldn't be too totally surprised. Next, we have Anarchy in the arena. We have Darby Allin, Bryan Danielson, and FTR against the Young Bucks. Matthew and Nicholas Jackson against Kazuchika Okada and Jack Perry. Obviously, I really honestly want Darby Allin to win because I love how he came out with the flamethrower and was ready to like burn faces and stuff like that. But it's going to be a great match. This match is going to, there's going to be blood. There's going to be, it's going to be highly Attitude Era esque. I feel like, this is probably going to be one of the most brutal matches on the card. And we have a barbed wire steel cage match between Adam Copeland and Malakai Black for the TNT Championship. So that just shows how crazy this match is going to be. These guys are going to fight up and down the arena. I don't think it's an elimination match. I think it's one pin, one submission, and that's it. I know right now it's a triple main event, but I know how, cocky the EVPs could possibly be. And there's no doubt in my mind that this match will probably end up in the main event main card. But if I had to put a prediction on it, you kind of have to keep the Elite's dominance kind of going here. You kind of have to keep them going here because I would say that if FTR, Darby Allin, and Bryan Danielson win, it would kind of leave AEW kind of open for like a new kind of reorder kind of thing like that. I know you saw Tony Khan drop off Darby Allin, which kind of be like, okay, now cool, okay, that Tony Khan's back. He's the vice president. But you also have Kenny Omega out. He recently undergone surgery for his injury, so he's going to be out for a pretty long time. MJF has been rumored to come back to AEW. There is going to be a Casino Royale battle to determine who's going to challenge Swerve Strickland or Christian Cage for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. That's going to happen at Double or Nothing. Now, since Tony Khan kind of admits something big's gonna happen, there's a possibility that maybe MJF makes his appearance, makes his return back to AEW at Double or Nothing. That could possibly be it, because Double or Nothing is probably one of the biggest events in AEW in their stable of main events, pay-per-views and whatnot. Because this was their first one, 2019. This was kind of like their homecoming. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a great match. But if I had to put a prediction on it, I think the Elite is going to win. So finally, we have Swerve Strickland has been getting his ass kicked week in and week out. Finally, last week on Dynamite, and Wednesday on Dynamite, he was able to finally take down Christian Cage in the Patriarchy, getting the better of him. This bout, of course, before Double or Nothing. So I love Christian Cage, but this is going to be one of those matches that I feel like Swerve has obviously proved himself as a competitor inside the ring. He kind of was not really lacking on the promo and the vocal skills kind of thing, but I feel like a lot of people saw Swerve Strickland defeat Samoa Joe, and we're kind of like still in unbelievance. They're kind of like, dude, I can't believe they gave him the title. Like, who the hell is this guy? This guy was, he was a rapper, he hosts a podcast, and now he's holding the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. So I feel like Christian Cage is kind of like that veteran, kind of known for being a badass, has that, respect and reputation from the fans to be like, look, if Swerve Strickland defeats Christian Cage in a good, hard-fought wrestling match, you're going to get a lot of respect for Swerve. So I see Swerve Strickland retaining his AEW World Heavyweight Championship, taking the gold, but most importantly, taking the respect. So yeah, we have an amazing pay-per-view coming May 26th on Sunday. Make sure you order it on Bleacher Report, $49.99. That's not bad. That's not bad. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to watching that, and can't wait to see if my predictions come true. So guys, don't go anywhere. We're now, since we previewed AEW's pay-per-view this weekend, now we're going to preview the WWE King and Queen of the Ring predictions and analysis. So hey, don't go anywhere.